XLM and XRP better in 2023? I'm going to share a few articles with you as this year wraps up and give you my predictions on what I'm looking forward to action-wise in 2023. Let's start things off with the heat map as things are looking fairly green last 24 hours, but honestly, the volume isn't there to give us an end of the year pump. Bitcoin sitting at 16,597. Store of value? We'll talk about that, Bitcoin people out there. Ethereum 1201, XRP highlight of today's video, sitting at 34.2. XLM quiet here lately, sitting at 7.1. Something we're going to have to watch right here is if it breaks through that 7-cent floor mark. And as I'm editing this, I really have to stress the importance of XLM, the low trading volume, and how it's constantly breaking through these floor support levels. Breaking through that 7-cent mark opens up the doors for XLM to tumble even further faster. But first onto this, Solana loses $52 billion in value in 2022 as the fire sale continues. Now, Solana got beat quite heavily, especially with FTX, right? That's because FTX and Alameda both were big pumpers of Solana as well as big holders of Solana. So we have to start asking ourselves, will Solana rebound in 2023? My personal opinion is you're going to see more erosion happen with Solana as more projects leave the chain. Donald Trump's NFTs lose momentum, declines 80% in 14 days. Forget if you like the guy or not. Think of the principle here. Same thing happened with the World Cup fan tokens, didn't it? As soon as the hoopla is over, the crash happens, everyone. It seems like speculators get in early, look for that initial pump, and then dump it, and it falls to the wayside. So even Trumpito himself cannot keep up the floor action with his NFTs. Valkyrie announces plans to become the new manager of Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. This is actually pretty interesting here, and I want to tie this into stuff. In a letter, Valkyrie outlines 3 key ways in which their potential management of Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust could be an improvement over the current situation. The first is the facilitation of orderly redemptions via Regulation M filings. The second comes from the form of lowered fees. Listen to this, everyone. Valkyrie proposes a fee of 75 basis points as opposed to the current 200. That's part of the plan of why you're seeing Grayscale Bitcoin Trust trade lower than what the actual Bitcoin is. So think about that, right? The trust is meant there to be a more safer, secure way to get exposure to Bitcoin. But you have to pay 200 basis points in fees? Why not just buy Bitcoin directly? And I think you're going to see a lot of these trust products fall to the wayside in 2023. Why? Because it's so much cheaper to buy the native asset than it is to get involved with these trusts. In fact, the volumes on these trusts, whether it's Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Stellar Lumens Trust, they have been down, down, down. There's still time for Bitcoin to hit 100,000 this year, the Doge founder says. Got a tweet here to share with you. It's this one right here, what we learned about Bitcoin in 2022. Now remember, applying stuff for Bitcoin works well with the whole crypto market. It's strong enough to where if there's a Bitcoin rally, it pulls all the coins up with it. If there's a Bitcoin meltdown, we know what happens to our favorite cryptos. They go down as well. What we learned about Bitcoin in 2022, it is not a store of value. It's not an inflation hedge, and it is a speculative toy for gamblers and fraudsters. I kind of don't agree with all. I mean, the speculation and toys and gamblers and all that I agree with. Store of value, think about this. Gold is considered a store of value, but gold also went down in 2022. The big difference between gold and Bitcoin, besides it being digital versus physical, has to do with ability to rally as well as fall. Okay, so Bitcoin, yes, a store of value. You're seeing Elon Musk have it on his books. Michael Saylor, like him or not, he's crazy. With MicroStrategy, they got a lot of Bitcoin on their books as a store of value. Gold is also a store of value, but like I said, gold goes down as well. Okay, here's the thing. The potential for Bitcoin is way high. You could see Bitcoin rally like crazy, as like we saw in this year where it hit $69,000. Nice. Do you think that number was pre-planned out there, everyone? But think about gold, right? Gold can't rally that much, nor can it fall that much. Both are a store of value. One has more potential to the up and downside. The other kind of plays a little bit more within the lines. Now let's get on to this. Crypto winter will likely last until 2025. Here we go. Bitcoin advocate David Marcus. All right. Here's what he's saying regarding this, and I want to share this with you as well. We've got several things coming in. It'll take a couple years for the market to recover from the abuse of unscrupulous players and for responsible regulation to come through. Consumer trust is also going to take a few years to rebuild, but ultimately, I believe this will prove to be a beneficial reset for the legitimate industry players in the long run. I completely agree here, and this is going to start tying into what we can look forward to in 2023. So big points to take away from here is yes, you're going to see regulation happen in 2023. But when regulation comes, will that stop these big bull runs that we've been seeing? Or will it encourage them because now you're going to see institutional level money be able to get in once these regulations are passed? See, we're really sitting on that point where 2023, especially near the end more than anything, because let's be real here, government regulators across the globe are not going to be making laws that, kind of fit appropriately anytime soon. They're just going to delay this, right? And they're going to delay it as long as they can because honestly, that's kind of par for the course for governments out there. But once they do put the regs in place, will that start the next boom? And will they get the regs done in 2023? This goes back to the tweet right here, right? Speculative toy for gamblers and fraudsters, right? Hey, if we can get rid of the over speculation, if we can get rid of the fraudsters, go back to utility, the building of XRP, XLM, their respective chains, that would be great for us in 2023. Oh, out with speculators, in with builders, a look ahead. This article here, seriously, if you have a chance, read it, all right? And as always, any article you see in this video is linked in the description below. It's super short, but essentially what they're saying is, hey, look, your Mashinskis, your Do Kwons, right? Celsius, Luna, Voyager, all of those out there, FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, all of them, right? Justin Sun, too. Let's keep him in it. And CZ, all right? Let's be honest. CZ is a pain in our butts, too. The problem here is once we get rid of those bad actors, we can get what really matters in this space, which is building and utility. The utility part of crypto and Web3 is huge, but it's been overshadowed by the speculators and the bad players in the industry. Think of Sam Bankman-Fried, right? He conned the entire globe out there thinking that he was some savior to crypto. He was just some philanthropist donating his billions to charity. Well, he doesn't have billions to donate anymore. He probably can't even donate $1 to them. But the idea is, once we get rid of all the fraudsters, all the junk in the market, right, your Bernie Madoff types, then you could really see the utility bloom and crypto can go into what we really think it can be. Something that can make things better, right? The building of utility. Now, look, I got the price of XRP up on screen, and you can see over the year it's been rough. Now, a lot of this has to do with obvious, look at this right here, right? This is what we're talking about, Luna UST. In June, this dip right here has to do with Celsius. This dip right here has to do with FTX. So our utility ones, and if you look at the chart of XLM, it's the same thing. Their biggest dips have come at the times when the bad players have hurt them the most. So once we get these bad players out, will we be able to see continuous growth in 2023? All right, here's my predictions for 2023, and take it with a grain of salt because honestly, if we can't predict situations like FTX, then, well, let's just kind of keep that in mind. But honestly, I think 2023 is going to be fairly painful. Why? I honestly see government regulators out there dragging their feet. Cases like with FTX, Celsius, and all that, those are going to take months to go through the bankruptcy proceedings. So while those funds are all locked up, you're going to see more downward pressure. The other thing is we still have a lot of bad players out there, everyone. CZ and Binance is one of them. This guy owns more crypto than anyone else out there. More crypto flows through his exchange than anyone else out there. That's super centralized in a space where we want decentralized utility. So again, we need to get rid of the centralized crap out there. The other problem we have to deal with is those Justin Sun folks out there. You know, the ones that want to keep deploying more capital, the ones that, well, I don't know, he benefits the most from the minting of his stablecoin as well as TRX. Exactly. We got to get rid of those losers first. The other issues we're going to have to worry about are going to be inflation as well as continuous rate hikes by the Fed. In fact, the Fed said, do not look for us to cut rates at all in 2023. So my predictions for 2023 are like this. Look for a year of lower trading volume, continuous pain like what we're seeing now. But there's going to be a hope that if regulations, especially from other governments out there that want to take the lead in the crypto space, once they start passing those regs, which allow more institutional grade money to start flowing in, you could see development and building happening at a roaring pace. Think about the articles that I showed you earlier. The majority of these articles had to do with the performance of a token or coin, and the performance wasn't directly based on them. It was based on bigger economic conditions. Think about that, right? Okay, so XRP has had the case, but they got hammered every time, right? Your Celsius, your Lunas, FTXs, those brought the value of XRP down, even though they had nothing to do with XRP, they had to do with trust. And I think that's the biggest factor we're gonna have to get through. We need regulations to happen in 2023 to build trust in the market. There's a bunch of people out there, not us, because I think a lot of us out there are still very bullish on what crypto and Web3 can do for everyone, but those that got burned, think of the ones that got burned with scams, think of the ones that have been in Solana or invested in any of the tokens out there that are down 80, 90+%, right? That trust has been burned. It takes time to build that trust back. So 2023, I look for more continuous pain. At the end of 2023, hopefully into 2024 is when I hope things start changing. When regulators across the globe start making clear-cut rules on how to define crypto and how to keep the bad players out so that utility can boom. Let me know in the comments below what you think 2023 will yield for the crypto markets as a whole. Thank you very much for watching this video. Learn more about the big dates in January, everyone. That's the video right here, big dates in January. We've got several big dates coming up. CPI data going on. We've got some other action too. Just watch the video. It'll help you out. Thank you very much for supporting the channel in various ways. Until more news breaks, I'm going to chill out a little bit. You cool cats, have a great rest of your day.